Happy Wife, Happy Life.
We're your hosts. I'm Kendahl, Landreth.
And I'm Jordan Myrick.
And we are two incredibly unqualified,
but deeply in love comedians who are here to talk to you about all things relationships. And on today's episode, we're talking about partners and friendship with Lily Dew.
Wow, it's so scary when you both speak at the same time.
Hello, Lily.
Hi.
Well, if you don't know us personally, you might not know this, but Lily is obviously a very successful writer, comedian, actor, but she also happens to be our best friend. And
Is it normal for couples to collectively have a best friend?
I think so. I would say all of our best friends are best friends with both of us.
We have a lot of collective best friends. Yeah, I would say.
That's strange.
And I would say your husband feels like a part of my family.
Yeah, you guys are my family.
Yeah.
Jordan did officiate my wedding.
Yes.
And I'm not officiating your wedding.
Well, we're not having an officiant because we're not having a wedding.
Sorry.
Weird.
Sorry. But
Jordan did warn me before I came on. What did you tell me? Tell them what you told me.
So if this is your first time experiencing Lily, you might be like, that's crazy. If you know anything about Lily, this will make sense to you. Lily is a pot stirrer. She's extremely opinionated and she's really like set in her ways. So I was like, please don't antagonize us too much.
You make me sound like the world's worst person.
No.
How do you make the soup good if you don't stir that pot?
You're an incredible person, but you are, and you're also very like confrontational. You're very argumentative.
Well,
all things that I love.
We'll talk about this in the issue that I brought to the table
of course.
Today, but I think conflict good.
No, you're
and
just
we agree with that.
I agree, but you're more comfortable like bringing, like if I see two couples doing something, if I see a couple doing something that I'm like, oh, I wouldn't do that. I like don't think to say it. But like when we were like in Japan, for example, do you remember what I'm talking about?
I don't remember what she said. I don't remember what she said.
Like, I forget what it was, but you'll just say something, you'll be like, Kendahl, do you feel like the way you and Jordan do finances is weird?
Yeah, like she's very just like,
and you're like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden we're like,
you guys
fighting.
are doing a thing, and I think it's weird. I don't know. It's called being Chinese.
Sure,
and
yeah.
I think when people come for me for it, they're not being accepting of my Chinese culture. Being Chinese is like, I show up to my family's Thanksgiving. Some other girl's mom, who I haven't seen in like 2 years, opens the door and she goes, "What's wrong with your nose?" And I go, "I've got a pimple." And she goes, "You're not taking care of yourself?" That's hello, baby.
And I accept that. And I do. I do let you do that to me every single day. I've let your mother do that to me. So I think I'm very respectful of Chinese culture. But on the podcast, I had to be like, hey, we're all on the same team. Let's be cool.
Yeah, you don't want the audience to take sides against one or the other.
Yes, and I don't want the audience, because you're, once again, my best friend.
Yeah.
And you are part of my life. I don't, everyone
I do take sides. I'm Team Kendahl.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Well, that's what we can't say. It's like, this is the problem, truly, and Lily knows, is Lily and I are on the same wavelength.
I know,
about everything.
We're ADHD girlies.
And we're really similar. So what it would become is us being like, it would be us against the world, is what it feels like.
And Jordan is, I know we're like talking about as a couple, but Jordan is my best friend. I've known her for like a decade.
Yeah.
We toured together. And Kendahl is my best friend's wife that is also my family.
Yeah.
And I'm Team Kendahl.
Listen, and I can't say anything about it because your husband and I were teaming up on you yesterday.
Well, because if Lily were to like disagree with me on something, Ben could so easily be like, Lily, you do that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we have to back each other up, because there's anything that annoys you about me annoys Ben about Lily.
Sure.
I would feel.
It actually, I think, annoys my husband so much more. I think Jordan is actually very accepting of ADHD traits. We'll be talking, my eyes will fully leave. My glance will just, honestly, in such a subtle way that we'll be talking, my eyes will just slowly drift to the side. And she goes, "Where did you go?"
Yeah.
Where did you
say,
go?
"Hey, come on, bring it back." You got to check in with your gals.
The other day, I was talking about like the clips I'd seen of Zohran Mamdani on the Adam Friedland show and how good they looked, and then we started talking about it. And I just started thinking about Zohran's smile, and it made me smile to myself. And I was just like this, and he was like, "What are you smiling about?" Because he knew I was no longer listening to him. And I was thinking about something else. And I was like, "Oh, what? I can't have a smile because I'm thinking of Zohran's megawatt smile
and
to
at least it's
myself."
not the same topic.
Yeah,
But he
that's
was
true.
talking about some other thing about it at that point, and I
That
was
was
just
not making
thinking,
you smile.
I was just thinking about him smiling.
That's beautiful.
We had some party at our house so long ago, and I'll never forget this. Lily and I had been talking like the whole night, and I was like, what a great conversation. And then you left, and someone was like, I had to step away because your guys' conversation made no sense. Like
It was
the way-
unintelligible.
It was because I guess we were just like going from topic to topic in a way that like I would be like, and you'd be like, yes. But can I tell you this other? Oh, I need to send you a link to this band.
We never,
you know what I mean?
we never finish a topic, but then you can go back to a topic
Right, and we
8
know
topics later,
exactly-
like you're still on the same
Right.
page. Yeah.
I do have to address that when I asked Lily what topic she wanted to cover on the podcast, she said that she wanted to talk about the fact that her husband is not her best friend, something that she is proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Say more about your feelings around that.
I don't think it's also such a cliche when people are like, my partner and my best friend.
Sure.
But I'm like, you need more friends then.
I understand that.
I think it's actually unhealthy for your romantic partner to be your best friend.
So you not only think that's what your relationship is, you think it's bad.
I not only think what I have is good, I think what other people have is bad. And that's
Just
one of
unethical.
the extremes of what Jordan's talking about, how my opinions are.
What if it's like one? Because I mean, and you know this, Jordan, you have so many close friends.
I do have a
You
lot of friends,
close friends. So if you were to be like, Kendall's not my best friend, I would be like, what? That's
Well,
crazy.
that's what.
But
That would
because
be
I
hurtful
also
because
know,
Jordan has like 7 best friends.
Yeah,
I have 3 best friends.
Yeah.
You, Colin, and Reka.
Okay, rank
I
them.
have lots of other
Rank
really,
them.
and I want to address that. I have lots of other very close friends. I have a lot of very dear friends. I'll be like, these people are some of my best friends. Like, I have so many good friends that I love. And also, like, being a good friend and having good friends is something that's very important to me.
You're very good
which is
at
also
it.
something that's important to you.
You're very good at it.
I will say the term best friend is not one that I'd used since I was a kid. Jordan was the first person in my adult life to be like, you're my best friend. Like, you said it to me, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, Jordan's my best friend. But then she goes around town and she's like, Colin, my best friend. I'm like, huh?
Because you have to have like friends from like different parts of your life.
true.
And Colin and I met the first day of college, and then I met you and Reka in my adult life.
Yeah.
But it's like the 3 of you are my best friends, and I love you all very dearly, and I come to you with everything and like include you in everything in my life. And
but I think it is different because you come to Lily and Reka and Colin for things you don't tell me about.
Sure.
Like, I feel like, not because it's like a secret from me, but you'll call them before you've told me about it.
Really?
Well,
I feel like you guys talk a lot.
We do talk,
talk
a lot. Kendall
But
is
I'm like usually like taking a bath or I don't just like, less of a talker.
Kendall's taking a bath a lot, so I can't ask her about stuff. She's also, I don't want to say you're a yes man, but I think that you're very inclined to be, but I hate you and you're a bitch. No, I think you're very inclined to be positive, which I am too. I think
Yes.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Sorry if you're
But
listening. Lily's pantomiming, stirring and sniffing a bowl of
a
soup.
big pot of
tasted
soup.
it. I tasted it.
And did you like it?
It needs more seasoning.
Yeah.
yes.
Lily is, the thing about Lily is it's no nonsense. It's 100% truth. It is right a lot of the time. It's not always right, but it is right a lot of the time. Lily thinks a lot about things and puts a lot of thought into things before she says them. And she does have very hard opinions, but I think that can be helpful
I
a
will
lot.
try to give my honest take on a situation, even
Yes.
if it is not the most supportive in the moment. I think there are a lot of things I do in conversations that are incredibly unhelpful, which is I play devil's advocate a lot, and I give advice and I try to fix things without necessarily asking the person if that is what they want in the moment. I know sometimes people just want to vent and they don't want advice or a solution, and actually it's something you should check. I've read that you should check in with them if they would like advice in the situation. I have not been able to enact that practice yet.
But you
I'd
learned
like-
about it.
I'd like to. I've heard of it, and it sounds good.
Wow.
Yes, I think you and I are both very solution oriented because that's something that Kendall's gotten frustrated with me about in the past. And I think that you're more of a venter. I think Reka is more of a venter.
Yeah.
And Colin plays his cards close to his chest. He doesn't, I don't know. He doesn't have stuff like that.
I just think first off, like, obviously you're going to talk to your partner a lot about things and you have to live your life together,
Yeah.
your home, your finances. So then for like every single little vent and everything, it shouldn't also be on them. It's like such a emotional load to put on them.
I actually agree.
And also it's like you're gonna have complaints about your partner,
of course,
when you have like a life fully enmeshed with them, and so it's good to have other people to talk to about.
And because then it becomes just like a sounding board. Like it's like if you don't talk to other people, but when you're with your partner so much, it's like if you're not getting outside perspectives, your brain can really warp.
Yes.
To be like, oh, everybody thinks that, but really it's just you. Also, I think too, like sometimes I'll look over to Jordan's phone and they're texting you or Reka, and it's like 9 paragraphs long. I don't think Jordan's ever sent me a 9 paragraph text in my life. Ever.
Really?
I'm not
We
a
don't
texter.
text very much.
We don't text because
We
we like
live together.
When I'm with you, you're always texting Kendahl a little thing.
That's not true. Sometimes when I'm with you, I will send Kendahl a thing that'll be like, I'll be home at 9, or like, this is what we're having for dinner.
Needy.
I'm on the phone with Lily 22 hours a day.
You've never sent me a paragraph, I would even say. 1 paragraph, no. We don't
Well,
do
you don't
that.
send me those anymore because I use a dumb phone now.
We actually need to talk about that in
We
a separate.
don't wanna
We need to
talk
talk about it
about
in a
that
separate.
today.
Lily's
Okay.
gotten some weird
Lily
like.
got a light phone, and it's another thing. It's unintelligible. All of her texts now, I can't understand them. There's so many typos.
It's
She never
so-
responds.
it's
But I told
so
Jordan they
nice.
should get one.
You should.
I
You're addicted to
really
your
believe
phone.
in it, actually.
Not to cause strife, but Jordan won't show me their screen time on their phone because it's so high. that you
Why?
feel
It's
bad.
not even about that. Why does Lily need to see my screen time? She's
I'm not allowed
so.
to see
She's
It's
it.
like a fun party thing. It's like
it's not
everyone's
fun.
around the
You do
table.
not make it fun.
Everyone's around the table. Everyone show each other your screen time so you can be reminded how addicted to your phone you are.
It's not fun. It's a lesson, and who's doing it the best? Lily's doing it the best, and she wants to talk about how
I'm
she's doing it
not
the
always
best.
doing it the best. Sometimes
I
I'm
bet
really
mine's
bad.
better.
Than mine.
Maybe
I
not.
bet it
Oh wait,
is.
no, actually no. 'cause
You
have
don't
that
know
weird
my
phone
screen
now.
time anymore because of the light phone, but it used to be like sometimes like 6 hours a day if I was having a bad day.
But
Like,
Lily and I think the same things are fun too. Because remember that one time she was like, we should all go around and share our search histories. And I thought that was so fun.
And Kendall's first search was, "What is Harry Potter's accent?"
what is Harry Potter's accent?
And we were like,
And
"What?"
Kendall was like, Jordan, you were out of town.
I had to Google it.
I needed to know. We're like, what do you mean?
It's so obviously one thing.
I don't
British.
know.
British.
Yeah, but what part? I was like, what part
It's
is British?
like
Cockney?
RP. It is not Cockney. Oi,
Yeah.
oi, on
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
That's how I hear it.
Oh my god.
Wait, what was I? We've never texted like paragraphs though. See, I
No.
come back to it. Never texted paragraphs. Because to me, we see each other so much and we're always together that if Jordan texted me like 9 paragraphs while I was at work, I
Yeah.
would be like a kind of, I mean, if there was an emergency, of course they could do it. But I don't know what emergency that would be. But if they were just sending me like rants, I would kind of be like, I'm working.
No, if
like
it's an emergency,
already am going to see you tonight.
It's not 9 paragraphs
Of course
because
not.
it's like our bathroom is flooding.
Yeah.
The house is on fire. Short, emergency is short.
Yeah, what
I'm
do you have
having
to say in
a heart
a
attack.
paragraph?
Yeah. 9 paragraphs is like, okay, let me break this down. This really annoying thing happened at work. There's this person, and you know they're related to this person. That is 9 paragraphs.
Yeah. And I've been thinking about it actually, and I know we've touched on this before. Like, that is what it is. And sometimes you and your gals just got to beat a dead
And sometimes
horse.
that's not important, and you actually don't need to tell your partner about that because
No.
there's so much other stuff you guys have to talk about
Yeah.
that's for friends.
Yeah. And it's like, it's nice.
Wow, this is making me be like, wow, we're really not each other's best friends.
No, I hate you.
Do you have best friends separately? Yeah,
Yes,
you do.
I do. But I also think it is different for me. I think I think the thing I do struggle with in a relationship is that my social battery is so low in general that like when we spend like, because even when I live with anyone, my social battery, like my best friend Nicole and I used to live together and I saw less friends because I'm like, well, I'm always with her. So my social battery is already lessened. The thought of like going out and doing stuff. So I struggle a little bit in relationships because the time I'm with Jordan, I don't feel like my social battery is lessening, but we hang out a lot together. So really, I think it's more like there's less time for my independent activities, which I very much value, like reading or whatever, where I want to spend time by myself.
Yeah.
And then because we spend time together, I just have less time with friends, I would say.
But we also still spend a lot of time with friends. I think that's something that, like, especially in this industry, like, we're doing something.
Well, that's what my therapist said, because
3-4 nights a week.
I
That's
know.
like
And
kind
I
of
asked-
work, but kind of
they're
hang
all
out.
different people. And
Yeah.
I asked, like, my therapist, I was like, because that was something I struggled with. I was like, I feel like I just have such a low social battery. And they were like, well, how many times, like, a month do you see people? And I was like, I don't know, like 20. And they were like,
so
that's
much
crazy.
more. It's not crazy. It used to be normal, but that's so much more than people these days.
The average
realize.
person, I
Well,
would
and
say.
she was
yeah.
like, that's not someone who, she's like, people tell me that. And then I ask them that and they say like once a month
Yeah.
or something, or even less than that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I think sometimes I feel like I'm not, because
That
of the
person
industry
is
we're
feeling
in.
drained after seeing a person once a month.
But that's something they should talk about. in
Change the
therapy.
medication.
She was like, you don't
That's
need
the
to be
Joker.
stressed that you're becoming.
Joker.
She was like, you don't need to be stressed that you're seeing 20 people a month and feel
Yeah.
drained. But I think it's hard because in our industry, it's less like, I have my 3 friends and I see them a bunch. It feels like I'm seeing like a million people like ever so often, which makes me then sometimes feel like, oh, I don't see. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have like a lot of like loose ties.
Yes.
And acquaintances.
But I'm also not a verbal processor. Is that what they
Yeah.
say? Like, I feel like Jordan, and maybe you're this way, but I'm not fully sure. Like, if you are having a problem or a stressor or anything, you have to talk it out loud. I do not do that. Like, I don't usually.
How do you?
I just think about it. I just like in my head, like think about it. Like I would never like call like my best friend Nicole. I don't call and go like, "Here's what happened today." Like I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's not good. I don't know. But I just like
happening
don't.
Her brain's different
all
than
the
ours.
time, I'll tell Jordan like, or like I don't know. You'll come in and you're like, "Have you been crying?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I was upset about this thing I was thinking about." And you're like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I'm like, "I just don't think to tell. I don't know. I just like deal with it on my own, and then I like swallow it, and then I move on."
I want to talk.
You got to talk it out.
I want to talk to my closest, and then I want to talk to acquaintances.
Yeah.
I want everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
I want a town square.
Yeah.
For my
Absolutely.
bullshit.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. Let's come on. I'm the town crier. Let's get everyone together. We got to chat. How would you describe your relationship with your husband?
Great.
But like, if not friends, then what?
Enemies.
They're my life partner.
I love that.
That's sweet.
Yeah, they're the father of my child.
Damn.
We also have we're both like deeply unbusy people, and like we have really long conversations about
Yes.
like ideas, politics,
Movies, yeah.
Like we really talk about other things more than we talk about ourselves.
Sure.
I talk to you probably more about like myself and my issues. But I also like we're just like in the act of we have a toddler. We're in
You're
the
doing
act of
things.
living-
Yeah.
We parent a child together all day
Right.
long and like make decisions in that way.
Yeah.
And he's not always giving advice you want to hear.
No, his advice is bad and annoying.
Yeah. You hate when he gives
One
you
thing
advice.
I found truly admirable in a lot of ways, like you and him will argue in front of us, like fully have an argument in front of us, and Lily will
Lily
be
will
like,
turn around and go, who do you think is right?
Who do you think is right?
Who do you think is right? Look at us right now and tell us who you think is right.
Well, because sometimes we're not in couples right now.
Sure.
Because actually I made us go to couples before we got married, and then like after like 3 months we just like ran out of issues to
Yeah.
talk about, and fully we were like, okay, I guess everything's fixed.
We did it.
And then we moved into a home which is next door to our couples therapist by accident, and so now we can't go back to her.
Sure.
Even though I liked her a lot. But I sometimes want an external opinion because I'm like, no, you are so caught up in your way of thinking, and I'm telling you I'm right. And so to just argue in front of someone is to have an audience. I think that's crazy.
You need to
I
go on
know
the
that's
Maury show.
You
but
love
I
that
know
form.
specifically what you guys are talking about. You're talking about at his birthday trip on the last day when we were the last ones there, and I was like, we were disagreeing about a person we both know, and I was like, come on, you guys, get in this.
But you were
guys like,
arguing yesterday about the thermometer.
it was too cold. It was too cold in the house, and but I found out later why it felt so cold. I had a 101 degree fever. I had a 101
And the
degree
truth
fever.
comes out.
But he only wanted to turn up the thermostat 1 degree at a time and wait an hour to see where it felt, like where it landed, how it felt, and then turn it up another degree. And I was like,
Your house is very hot.
No, she wanted to make it
It
hotter.
was 67
saying.
degrees. It was 67 degrees. It's hot because Jordan's always hot. It's not actually.
Why
it's
am I hot
normal.
then?
Why is she hot just because I'm hot?
You're running hot too.
It's hot in your house.
No,
You're a little
It was
hot.
67 degrees.
You have bad
run hot
circulation.
or cold. I'm bad circulation.
Yeah.
Either way. But I was. What?
What? It seemed like you had a thought in the middle of that.
Yes.
You went, I wish, like you had some kind of vision into the future. What was it?
I thought I heard my phone ringing.
Raven Simone vision.
I heard it ringing in my ear, maybe tinnitus, and I thought it was my phone ringing. And I said, "Oh no, did I not turn
It
off
stopped
the ringer?"
you dead in your tracks. Okay, back to reenacting it. You were shivering. She's shivering.
I was shivering because I was so cold, and I was like, I know that 1 degree is not gonna make the difference, so I turned it up 2
You needed
degrees.
medicine ultimately.
I needed 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Is what I needed. But well, okay, that's the thing. So I was thinking about this beforehand. We all like argue with our romantic partner, right?
We all do, yes. We get a lot of comments with people being like, "That's crazy that you guys argue. It's not normal to argue," and we very are.
What?
But we are very staunchly against
Our
it.
theory is that they think argument, they think us like screaming, being like,
They
I'm
think
going to stay in a
they think
hotel.
a fight is an argument.
Right.
Ben and I rarely have fights.
Right. Yeah.
And I was even thinking about that when someone was like in a newer relationship. I think newer relationships can have fights sometimes. And I was like, oh, it's been ages since I've had like an argument with Ben where I'm like so mad.
Yeah,
I wish they would die and I was even I'm fantasizing. My brain gets so dark when I'm so mad. But we just have like, we bicker.
Yeah.
We like argue because we disagree about things. And I think that's like good and productive. But what I think is missing in a lot of people's friendships is that level of honesty.
I agree.
I think a lot of people never get into arguments with their friends.
Today's episode is sponsored by Aura Frames. Want to give a personal gift this year? Check out Aura Frames. Aura Frames are the digital picture frame, upload unlimited number of photos and videos with your phone. With Aura, you can share memories and special moments in an instant. It's a great gift for every family member. I know for me, it's always so hard to pick what pictures to put in a frame. And then by the time I get around to framing photos, I have new photos that I want to put in those frames. And so now I feel like I have solved it by having the Aura frame that I can just always upload new photos into. Aura even lets you preload the frame with photos before it ships. Mom and dad won't need to be tech savvy. They just need to plug it in. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com. To get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frame, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code HAPPYWIFE at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code HAPPYWIFE. This deal is exclusive to Happy Wife, Happy Life fans, and Aura frames sell out fast. Order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning Happy Wife, Happy Life at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Today's episode is sponsored by Good Wipes. It is the holiday season, which means tons of people coming over to your house, eating food, laughing, and also using your bathroom. And I know that when my guests go into my bathroom, I want them to have the best experience possible. And that's why I always make sure I'm stocked up on Good Wipes. Good Wipes are flushable, plant-based wipes for the bathroom. They are 40% bigger and stronger than your average wipes. Soft, soothing, and safe for sensitive skin. Good Wipes leaves you feeling clean, not dry or scratchy like toilet paper. If you ever come into our home and use Jordan and I's bathroom, which unfortunately I think most of you probably won't, but if you did, you would find Good Wipes because we truly love them, use them every single day. Good Wipes breaks down easily, no harsh chemicals, parabens, or dyes. Want to try a free pack of Good Wipes? Good Wipes is giving away free wipes. Just buy a pack at your local store, then head to goodwipes.com/wife, text them your receipt, and get reimbursed. Again, that's goodwipes.com/wife to get your free wipes. Good Wipes, because butts deserve better.
You two inspire me because you do argue. And I find that I've never had that with a friend. And I
But
find
now
that
you do?
No.
Oh, so you don't argue with friends?
No, but it inspires me. I wish I did. But I'm trying to do better, but I do have a bad habit of like, I wouldn't say it's a habit, but it's happened a couple of times of like keeping feelings pent up for a really long time and then being like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then ending a friendship.
Look, I don't think I'm the norm. I think I'm like I'm the opposite of conflict avoidant. I'm conflict loving.
You're looking for it.
She's cruising around town trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm a conflict cruiser. But
It's a good book title.
Yeah.
About
But I
conflict.
think it's nice, because I'm never like, oh, is she harboring feelings that I don't know about? If she's upset, we'll have a conversation about it.
yes.
Yeah.
And also it's like, well, partly I'm like a conflict seeker because I grew up, my dad was working out of the country and it was just me and my mom is a nag and anxious and crazy. And so every single day of my life growing up was an argument at the dinner table, which is crazy.
Sure.
But I have one of my closest friends, Chris, in New York. We would like get into disagreements, and she says that has been so healthy and it's really deepened our friendship to the point that she has other close friends from previous parts in her life that never got to a true level of intimacy because they had some unresolved issues at one point that they never dealt with.
Right.
Well, there's actually a meme type TikTok going around right now where people talk about like, why is it that my best friend's boyfriend can cheat on her 100 times and she still gives him another chance, but we have a disagreement one time about one thing and we're no longer friends anymore. And I think that's very real. I think a lot of people are willing to have disagreements or arguments or tension or whatever with a romantic partner, even if the romantic partner is like someone you're dating casually or you haven't known that long or like whatever. And I think people are very quick to drop friends because they don't see having conflict with a friend as being like appropriate, I guess.
But I think that's because like with a romantic partner, there may be like they're trying to have like longevity, a future, a life with them. But I'm like with a friend, I'm not trying to have like a fair weather friend who I'm like friends with for like a few months. I'm trying to have a lifelong relationship.
Yes, I agree.
They're like family.
Yes.
Like with family, sometimes like you just like you bicker with them and you disagree and you like find common ground because like you have a life together.
But I think a lot
Same
of people don't with family. Like, I think a lot of people don't do that with family.
bicker.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just like keep
a lot of
it
people
in.
are keeping things inside.
Like a lot inside. And then I think
White
like
culture is so scary. Like wasp culture.
It's WASP culture because it's not all white culture.
No, wasp.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like very specific. It's
because
very
I think
strange.
people keep it really in. And then I think the only difference with like partners is like, well, I can only have, unless I'm not monogamous, I can only have one partner. So
So
then
that
with
partner has to be
friends,
really good.
They have to be really good. So then with friends, you're like, well, it's so easy to go, well, I can have a million friends. So why
Do you
would
think
I
that's why
like, work on-
people are non-monogamous now because their partner's their best friend and they need more friends?
Yeah, they need more friends. Yeah,
They
maybe.
need more friends. So they're like,
Honestly?
I guess I gotta get more boyfriends.
Yeah. Hey, do a study on it. Let's get into some questions from the audience.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
we asked them
yay.
to drop questions about partners and friendship. So let's get into it. Our first
How many
question,
questions did you get?
a bunch.
But we're not going
good.
to answer all of them.
We're not going to answer all of them.
Like top 10 amount of questions received.
You did the best at getting questions for anything. She's gotta be the
love,
best.
Like either or a top 3. In fact, I love like a little, just like a conversation starter, a
Yeah.
little stat, a little fact.
Yeah, you
I
were the
love to go,
number
like,
one.
Do you want this or that? Do you want this? Yeah.
Well, I'll start us off
Okay.
with a fact.
Okay.
First and foremost, is that we asked our audience members if they were best friends with their partner. And I'll hit you with the numbers. 85% of our followers, over 1,000 people, said that their partner is their best friend.
You thought it was the other way around?
15% said no.
I didn't know it would be so high.
173 people said no.
Okay.
And they were all Chinese.
Let me see the usernames on the profile.
Yeah, they're all Chinese. Yeah.
But I will say what's crazy about that is you don't know how long those people have been together. Because
True.
I will say, for the first 3 years of our relationship, Jordan said to me, honestly, too many times, I love you so much. I don't love you as much as I love Colin. I don't love you as much as Lily will always come before. Rika will always come, you know. And it wasn't until like we got engaged that Jordan was like, you're also one of my best friends.
What were you telling
It was
them?
I wanted her to know what was up.
unprompted.
I
no
said,
one
me and
asked.
my girls roll deep, and you will never come between that. Because I do really see, I completely agree with you, and I think that's one thing that connects us so heavily, in addition to a lot of other things. I see a friendship because my immediate family, me and my parents, don't have the best relationship with all of our biological family.
But you're very close to your parents.
But I'm very close to my parents, but most of the people that grew up in my life, my aunts and uncles, I am not biologically related to.
Yeah.
So I grew up in
thinking
a family.
You were Guatemalan.
I grew up thinking I was Guatemalan.
This is true.
It is true. My Aunt Lizette and all my cousins and a lot of my family is from Guatemala until I was like 13. Someone told me, why is all your family Hispanic and you're white? And I said, I'm not white. What are you talking about? I'm from Guatemala. What do you mean? And they had to go home to my mom and be like, are we not Guatemalan? And my mom was like, no, we are not related to your Aunt Lizette and the rest of your family. Those are just people that are like our family, but we're not biologically related to them. But I think because I grew up around so much of that, like my Uncle Robert, my Aunt Lizette, my cousin Sarah and Alyssa, like all of my family that I grew up spending all my time with, feeling like my family that we prioritized, were people that I was not biologically related to. So I think that I still very much have that in my life. You are my family. Your husband, like, I mean, I've been friends with your husband longer than I've been friends with you, but once you guys got married, he became much more ingratiated, like, into my family.
Yeah.
Your child is our nephew. Like, it's very real to me, and I think not everybody feels that way.
I love that. Yeah, Jordan does a thing where she like puts the label on it. I go, I guess it's true. She's like, my nephew, my best friend. I go, okay.
What am I supposed to call him?
Your son.
Yeah.
And I do.
That's closer to what I did.
And I love him. No, I'm just like, because I think it's nice to have a sense of closeness. And I think if you feel those real feelings towards people, you should vocalize it. Because I think a lot of people, because I even feel like that with Reika. Like, I feel like the first time I told Reika I loved her, she was like, what?
Oh, I do tell people I love them.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, like, I love you. And
loosely,
she was like, what? Okay. And then I feel like later she was like, hey, I love you too. Like, I thought about it and I also love you. But I'm like, I think that's nice. I think we have to be like really sharing.
Really drawn to emotionally stunted Asian women.
They're the hottest. But I am just like, yeah,
But
you
also
gotta
there's a
connect.
difference. Like, there's a difference when someone moves over into family territory.
Yeah.
Because like we talk about this too with like people who we consider family. This is gonna sound bad, but it is actually really sweet. But it's not always like, oh, I love them. Like, if I were to go through, like, okay, people I just consider friends, I'm like, they're so fun. They're so great. Like, here's all these great parts of their personalities. Obviously, anyone who I consider family at one point, I felt the way. There's probably a lot of things where I'm like, but they're also so annoying because of XYZ, XYZ. But I have to get them a Christmas present because they're my family. You know what I mean?
To love someone truly is to like love them fully, like good and bad, warts and all. And it's like
Like, if you went off
everybody everybody is like has negative traits. Like everybody is annoying in some way. So to like,
but I think a lot of friends that are just like, oh, they're friends. Once I discover all those traits, sometimes I say, actually, maybe not. But I think with family, it's like, if you went off the deep end for like 4 years,
More so than you already have.
Yeah, I still would be like, Lily's
where
my
would
family.
I even go?
She's already in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
But we still would be like, Lily's our family. Like, we would not be like, she's gotta go. You know what I mean? And to me, that's family, because it's like, you know, you have a crazy aunt that you're like, I mean, no, I'm not like, but she's my aunt. What am I supposed to do? That's how it feels like family, where you're like, it's not a choice. It maybe seem like a choice because we're not blood related, but it's not a choice.
It's not. Yeah, I agree. Okay, this person wants to know, what does it mean when you invite your partner to hang out with your friends, but they never invite you to hang out with their friends?
That's bad.
I think that's not good.
What?
That's really
So
not
you're
good.
inviting your wife. I'm inviting you to hang out with me and Lily. You're never inviting me to hang out with you and your friends.
Oh, do you feel like I do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
But what's bad is I will say it's bad for it to be imbalanced. But one thing is like don't invite your romantic partner to all your hangs with your friend. That meshing of private and like personal, it's like your partner can be friends and should be friends like with your friends, but you also should hang out with your friends sometimes without your partner.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say is hard, because I think I have a lot more like one-on-one hangouts with my friends, but because I see my friends like, I feel like you guys hang out so much that like you'll have one-on-one, like yesterday, like you guys hung out one-on-one, and then so then the next time you guys hang out, if I come, it's like, oh, that's great and wonderful. But if I'm only seeing my friends way less amount of time, sometimes I'm like, I need to just do one-on-one because we have to like catch up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And her husband was there yesterday.
We definitely have friends where like at every single group hang, their partner is also there. And I'm like, we are doing a table read of our coworker's script. Why is your romantic partner here?
Why do they even want to be here?
Yeah, and also your dog or like whatever.
Don't get us started on the dog. Why is your dog everywhere? Why is your dog everywhere?
But it definitely shouldn't be unbalanced. I think a problem with 85% of people said their partner is their best friend. I think something that a lot of people struggle with these days is just having a social life.
Yeah.
In between just being busy with work and job insecurity and I think just like being afraid to put themselves out there. People being like, how do you even make friends? We got really lucky that in our 20s we found a comedy community that was similar to like being in high school or college or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people lack that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. This person wants to know, what do you do when things with your partner start to feel more like friendship than romance?
How far in the relationship are they?
I don't know, but I think it depends. I think if it's like immediate, probably not great.
That'd be crazy.
I think if it's
Immediate breakup.
yeah, I think if it's been for a long time, that's normal, because I
Yeah.
think that like there should always be something, I guess, that feels more like a couple, but I think as you get older, sometimes that stuff feels more like the choices you're making, right? Like the commitments you're making to each other, the things you're doing together feel more like, oh, this is a partnership rather than a friendship. But you're not always going to feel like out of 10 romantically.
Yeah, I think that's a very common, like how that like Esther Perel talks about, right? And like mating in captivity.
Yes.
Because there's no more like surprise and
Yes.
like danger to it.
I'm reading it right now for the podcast.
Really?
And it is so funny because, first of all, it's all straight. So I'm like, okay. But I'm trying to glean what I can to give advice on the podcast. And so much of her is just like, when your husband comes home, ignore him, then turn around holding a knife, like whatever. It's just like, it's like you have to introduce danger back into the relationship. When he tries to say hi to you, run away, hide under the bed, make him pull you out. Like, it's just so like, it feels very European to
you
me.
guys should try.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
have
should
been.
try it.
It's funny because we have one of those beds that like pulls up and you put storage underneath it. So I guess I'll just get under that one day and Kendall can come get me out of there.
Kendall will like lay down on it and
Yeah,
then you'll
and
suffocate
kill me.
and
Yeah.
die.
We do chase each other a lot.
We do chase each other around the house. We do.
Well, but I think
Sorry.
you have to like I think it's like we've had times where I feel like it can get a little like roommatey, and then we will be like, oh, we should do something to make it.
You
not
guys
that.
go on a lot of dates.
Yeah, we do.
But I feel like we actively like it could get to that easily, and or it has been, and then we will like acknowledge it and be like, let's go do something. Let's jump out at each other
I
with a
don't think
knife.
it's ever felt roommatey to me. I can't speak for you.
No, not roommatey, but I think it's easy to get into a routine that I guess it's not felt like, I haven't looked at Jordan and been like, I feel like we're just roommates, but I think it's easy to get, when you're so busy, into a like, we come home from work, we both are working, we work until 10, we lay down in bed, I read, you do something, you watch TV, we don't speak, and then we're like, oh, have we talked? And like,
I think
Weeks?
the bedroom is for sex and sleep only. I don't think reading, okay. No laptops, no TV.
no TV, we can't do that. We have to have TV.
we love TV.
You have to sleep to it, and that's a medical illness. Actually.
Well, why?
That's a
your
medical
son has a
illness?
noise
Medical
machine,
illness.
so how is that different?
Yeah, your
I don't
baby
have a
has a noise
noise
I
machine.
said your baby has a noise
Yeah, your baby. Why don't you speak up about the truth? Your baby has a noise
My
machine.
baby has
What's
a
the
noise
difference?
machine to mimic the shushing sound of being in the womb that they're freshly out of.
That's
How many
what 30
years
Rock
out
does.
Of the
That's
Yeah.
womb
what 30
are
Rock
you?
is to us.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That reminds you of being in your mother's
Yeah.
womb.
Yes,
Yeah, my mom was
Absolutely.
very funny.
Yeah.
They had very good banter.
This is a juicy one. My boyfriend of 4 years is now good friends with his ex that he hated 3 years ago. It makes me nervous.
Wait,
so all of a
what?
sudden, this person's boyfriend is good friends with
Best
the ex.
friends, they said. Also, we didn't solve
said
the
good
previous problem.
What was the
person's
previous
problem? The friendship romance. We're here to solve the problems,
and, we
right?
have to, and as we said,
We
yeah, we have to
I'm
solve
a
the
little
problem.
stressed out that we didn't fix
No,
the
you're
problem.
right. No,
Okay,
you're
but
right.
moving on.
No,
you're right, though.
I think it's good. I think, yeah, to
Okay.
me, it's normal.
Yeah.
I think we had said, like, if it's really early on, maybe
No,
it's
we
not
don't
a
have
good
to go
fit.
back to it. I'm just saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry we didn't find a
Yeah.
solution. Okay, there some of these things, it's so vague. It's hard. Like, why did they hate their ex? Why are they?
I know
You don't
so
have
many
any of that
details,
information. You
but
have to go
sometimes
off what we're
that one
given.
needs more information, because I do think if you've had enough separation from your ex, especially if you're younger and depending on how long, because it's like I have some exes that I dated for 6 months when I was 19. And I'm like, I do think if I met them now, we could be friends. Even if in the moment I was like, I'm in love with them. It's like, we're so different. I am not at all thinking about you in that capacity. I feel like that was a million years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like that feels different.
Obviously, there was something that you liked about them to date them in the first place. But then hating them after, I feel like is a good sign that there's some deep incompatibility there.
Oh, see, I also feel like it's an indicator of big feelings, which for me personally, I don't want you to have big feelings towards your ex. Even if they're hate, I don't want you to have big feelings towards your ex.
Yeah, something that my therapist told me that was like really helpful to help me like mute an ex or whatever is like, if they are still emotionally affecting you after a breakup, they are still like affecting you, and you haven't been you're not fully broken off.
Yes.
In the way that a breakup should be.
I agree with that. So, but I think it's weird that this person, it's like hated them for 3 years. Now they're good friends.
Did they say good friends or best friends?
Good friends.
Okay.
Good friends. It's I think they have to have a conversation with their partner about it.
Yeah.
Is what it
Because
is.
also, how long were they together? Did they like date for a little bit, or was it like a long-term live-in boyfriend or girlfriend?
We're
I'm just,
mostly
like-
just speculating and guessing.
Yeah.
I think the thing for so many of these is like, have a conversation with your partner and then also talk to your friends about it.
Yeah.
And you need a friend to have that separate opinion from your partner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like also when people feel like stuck in a relationship, I feel like a lot of times it's because they don't have like a social life outside of it. I feel like I've had this issue before where it's like, oh wow, my whole life is my partner and it feels so good. I have someone I can, when you first start dating someone, it feels like I have someone I can go to with every single little thought.
You're locked in.
And maybe if you don't have a lot of friends, you didn't have someone you could feel like that intimacy and closeness with before. But then when things start to go south or whatever, you go, all of a sudden you're like so afraid to not be in that relationship because you're like, who do I have to like share every single thought? And I was saying, you gotta find your Jordan.
And amen to that, sister. This person says, how do you become good friends with someone when their partner feels threatened by you?
You don't. I don't know. That's just like, that would be... I'm just like, there's too much there that's happening. Because that would be like if I was like, it makes me uncomfortable that Jordan spends a bunch of time with Lily. Because I feel like threatened by either you
Lily
guys
comes
dating
first.
or Lily comes first. I don't know. I'm just like that.
So bye. Kendahl, girl, bye.
That's what I was told early on. So I respect it. I think there's like, well, first of all, you have to know if you're insane. Because it's like also...
I think that's so important. I think almost every question we're like, you kind of got to do a reality check with yourself and be like, am I someone who is historically like not handling things well? Or am I someone who's like very grounded and has done a lot of work in therapy?
Someone who historically doesn't handle themselves well has an accurate read on that?
No, but I think you should try to stop and think about
But
it.
because my instinct is like...
question.
My instinct is like the partner is being insane, but I will say I've had a friend before where I literally, when we stopped being friends, I said, you and I are not married. Like, you have to understand, like, we are not married. I can't give you a marriage because we're friends. And I think so in that specific scenario, I could see you weren't threatened by this person, but you were like...
But that person was threatened by me.
Right. But I guess that's the opposite of what the question
Could you
is.
give me a marriage?
What?
Could you give me a marriage level of friendship?
I think I do.
Then why won't you live with me?
And Lily wants
Here we are.
Kendahl and I to move in with her.
And it's more than that.
I want us to get a house together, all of us.
And you want me to have a baby with your husband, is what you told me.
You've offered us his sperm
You've
more
told
than
me
once.
This. You just made me seem insane.
I said, if you guys have a kid, you should get his sperm, and then we'll all be biologically a family.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but that's what you
Nothing, but don't seem
I
shocked.
used to say if I died,
Yes.
but this is before you met Kendahl,
Yes.
that you, gay, should marry my husband.
Yes.
And
What would the benefit of that be? Who wins?
She
in this?
said it was
mourning
because
me together.
she said it was because it would keep us. We would both be so sad, and it would keep us both from being so lonely.
I have thought about what I would do if you passed away, where I'd be like, would I spend more time with Colin and like Lily and Reka, or would I be like, I can never see any of you again?
You'd spend more time with us. You'd get married to us.
Yeah.
Well,
I did say the other
I would
day.
be like, it'd be too sad.
I did say that if you died, I would move in with you.
Yes.
Immediately.
But I think if you died, I genuinely would have to be dragged out of my home. I think I would be like, I'm never seeing anyone again because every person reminds me of
You would need to go
Jordan.
live in a cabin in the woods.
Really?
I think I would. Because I think anything you'd say, I'd be like, oh, I remember when, if Jordan was here, that's what you would say.
I'd be so good at fixing your grief.
She's incredible. She's a
Reality
fixer.
TV show.
She's a
Lily
fixer.
fixes grief. You should have a reality show where you fix people's lives.
Wait, the thing is, okay, hold on. Let me see the question.
I don't know where it went. I already pulled up the next question. What do you need to know?
Okay, my final thought is that, like, I'm like, how important is it that you become friends with it? I'm like, this is the great thing also about having an abundance of close friends. You're like, I don't need a new friend
Sure.
if their partner's being crazy weird about it. But also, is their partner being weird? In that case, like, then that person is in a bad relationship, then they need to deal with that. Or are you guys being weirdly close? Like, the situation, someone's being weird.
Because also, if Jordan was hanging out with someone who they made me uncomfortable, I would feel really comfortable being like, I don't want you hanging out with them really because it makes me uncomfortable, because I've never felt that about a singular person.
Yeah.
So I would be like, I have no problem with jealousy. I don't care who Jordan hangs out with. So if this person's making me feel weird, that means there's something
If
weird.
you're in a relationship where your partner has chronic jealousy, I'm like,
Right.
okay, then that's a thing that, like, you guys as, like, evolved people need to be, like, dealing with and talking with. Okay.
Do you get jealous?
Next question. I love jealousy.
But do you get jealous?
I get
or you
jealous.
just love when I think you're like, I love when other people get jealous.
Think, you know how people, like,
Lily better never see a photo of an event that she was not invited to. Who's that? What's that? Where were you? What time was it? Where was I?
when Jordan's like, she went to a dinner, I'm like, with who? When? Why wasn't I invited?
Yeah.
That's how open we are.
Yeah.
But jealous, you know how people these days are all like about like feeling your sadness and feeling your anger, and they're like, if you're sad, like, you should cry, whatever, and yet there's still emotions that people avoid because they think they're ugly. I'm like, jealousy is just another one of those, like, sadness or anger. I'm like, you feel your jealousy when you feel it so that you can move through it and move past it.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
I agree.
You're nailing these.
She's whipping through these. Is it a red flag if your new partner doesn't want you to meet their friends?
How new?
I don't know.
You need to allow
people
follow-up
need to be
questions.
more.
But you can also be like, in this scenario, blah, blah, blah. And in this scenario, blah,
Yes,
blah, blah.
okay, I think if it's like really new, like a 1 month, I think it's fair to like not meet their friends. It's like, because meeting the friend, I once like hooked up with a guy and like it was like in my early 20s, and so it was like, oh yeah, we'll just go out to a bar to meet my friends. And then he friended every single one of my friends on Facebook. We'd been hooking up for 2 weeks. I was like, okay, bye. Like, and I was like, why did you friend request days of Facebook like 15 of my friends?
And what was
like,
the reason?
Yeah, and he was like, well, because I figure like I'm gonna be in your life, so I'm gonna be seeing them. They're gonna be my friends. And I was like, bye. This is not that serious. This is not that serious. Like, it's too much. So I can see someone like not wanting to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna like introduce someone to like my friend and have them all meet, and then if I don't know where this is going in 2 months, because after 1 month, like, you don't know.
When do
But
you
if
take to a wedding as a +1?
Whenever you get a +1, it's just fun. It's fun to bring a date to a +1.
True, very true.
If the wedding's rich enough to just give you a +1, yeah.
Right.
But if they've been dating for so long, like 6 months, like, they need to meet your friends. Then
meet?
It's weird.
Like, were we?
Immediately. The first time you came to LA from New York,
We met.
you came over and we took some headshots for you. My husband took some headshots for
And that's
you.
Hollywood, baby. You gotta
My
sometimes do
husband
things
took
for
some
the
headshots
job.
for
What
in
did
our
you think?
backyard.
Were you like, this isn't gonna?
No, I loved it.
Oh, incredible.
Why don't you use those photos?
I do. They're the first one. I literally, which is actually, I
still sends them
shouldn't.
out.
I really should do updated ones, but they are the first photo on my Actors Access.
Yeah, that's when I met you.
And I haven't been cast in
I
a
love
single
her.
thing.
Uh-oh. My husband's not a professional.
No, the photos are great. I've actually had professional headshots done since then, and sometimes I still go back and I use those ones.
You did a great job. Do you think you should be friends before you officially get together as a couple?
No.
No.
I think you can be friends and then get together, or you can get together. The scenarios are just, you don't have to be friends first.
Yeah.
That's so convoluted.
I think people romanticize that a lot.
It's
But it's
very
kinda
like
like, at the end
friends
of the
to
day, it doesn't
lovers. It's like a
matter.
romance book.
Yeah, like I like the idea of like
what
dating
about
my enemy.
lovers to lovers? I see you. I'm attracted to you.
Ooh.
We
Yeah.
fuck. Like what?
Lovers to lovers. Kendall, you're big in the genre. Is that a trope?
I've seen it.
Lovers to
I would
lovers.
say Abby Jimenez does lovers.
Does lovers to lovers.
Well, the book I read of Abby Jimenez was lovers to lovers. I would say.
Wow.
Well, they were enemies for one chapter, and then they were like,
Okay,
I'm
that's still
obsessed with
enemies
each
to
other.
lovers. Enemies.
But
to
I'm like, I like the thought of being like, oh, what if I, I'm like, oh, what if I was like a firefighter and then there was another firefighter and we were enemies and we hated each other and then they had to pull me out of a burning building and then we fell in love. But it's like, well, but that's not your reality. Do you know what I mean?
Why would you be a firefighter?
I'm just saying I could do this. I'm like, if you want to be friends to lovers, it's a nice idea and you can romanticize about it, but then it's kind of like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
I
not
think
your reality.
Sometimes friends to lovers is just because of like, I feel like it happens if you're like coworkers or
Yeah.
a friend group, but like
Firefighters.
why is it such a slow burn? Like I'm like,
I know. Well, that's
when I
my
like
problem.
someone, I like someone.
That's my
I'm the
problem.
same
I
way.
could never. I would like. I meet someone immediately. I'm like flirting with them. Or
It's
I'm like,
because all three of us are like relatively intense, and I think that
We're
some
very
people
intense
just
people.
aren't. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on, I just had one.
Ooh, wow, that's actually very impressive, Lily. She's stretching.
you
if you
can
can't
do
see.
that.
I don't think I could do that.
Yes, you can.
This is
You can just straight. Yeah, you're literally doing it. My leg is not that
just
high.
straightening your leg.
Yeah. Wait,
Good.
wait,
Well,
hold
you
on.
guys.
I have to
Okay,
remember
you
my-
guys
I
keep
know,
doing
I-
that while I find the next question.
And then
They're
how high can
spreading
they
their
go?
legs apart. I guess go to YouTube to see this. They're spreading their legs apart. Kendall, you're gonna break the microphone. Be so careful.
I will say, I feel like I can't see myself, but I feel like I look a lot more comfortable doing it
No,
than
you
Kendall.
do.
I
Let
will
us
agree
know
with
in
that.
the comments.
I will agree with that.
Your legs are shorter, so you can hold onto your foot. I can only get my ankle because I'm so tall.
I'm also just more flexible.
No, you are. You are. Can you put your foot over your head?
She's doing it. For people who are just listening,
I can't.
Kendall can't.
got really
Kendall got
close.
really close,
Kendall
but
got
Lily's
really
actually doing
close.
it.
Wait, I'm kind of doing it right. Am I doing it? Two over your head.
Don't let her fall forward.
I'm not
Oh my
for it.
god. When does your friend become our friend?
Sometimes
I have
never.
no idea.
Sometimes never.
Well, yeah, there's people that I don't know why, but there's people where I'm like, I'm friends with them, but I would never refer to them as our friend I'd be like Jordan's friend, this person.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends. How often do you hang out with them as a couple? That's not.
Yeah.
I'm like, how much do they really need an answer to that question? They're just asking something to ask something.
You know what I
That's
think
not-
it
It's
is?
like in a movie talk back.
When you've hung out one-on-one, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's
That's what it is. Because like
Or if you hang out as
feel like
couples
I don't
often.
hang out one-on-one
But
with
we
you.
have.
When?
We went out to dinner that one time.
When?
Well, it wasn't memorable.
I don't
After
remember.
Dirty Laundry, we went out to dinner together. We held hands the whole walk to the restaurant.
Lily loves to hold hands.
But you don't remember this?
Where did
We
we
were
go?
drunk. I don't know. We went to a restaurant next to the studio.
Which we won't say, so no one knows where it is.
Yeah.
I love you. I don't remember that.
I literally swear to God. Wow. Well, we did that, but also I feel like maybe this is a bad example, but I feel like when you could leave the room while you're over and we'll just talk. I feel like a lot of times when you're over, me and you were talking and Jordan's on their computer.
Yeah, I would love to get dinner with you more often. I feel like, but so often I'm like, well, I have to see Jordan. So I can't hang out with Kendall because I have to see Jordan.
Well, and you're also not
first.
good at making plans.
No.
I'm the plan
not.
maker in the relationship.
Right. Yeah. But like I would say like with Reka, for example, like I probably used to refer to Reka as like Jordan's friend Reka, but then after Reka and I hung out one-on-one, now I of course would be like my friend Reka
And when was
or our
that?
friend Reka.
Without me?
Yes, we did. I went, well, and Reka probably remembers it, so maybe that's something to
Damn.
think about. I went over to Reka's house. We had dinner, just the two of us.
And then she watches
we've
those
had
movies with you.
And then she comes over sometimes, and then also we've had coffee before.
Wait, I'm jealous.
You have to feel your feelings. Okay, one last question.
We'll go out to dinner, Lily, if you remember it.
Yeah, one last question. How do you deal with it when you don't like some of your partner's friends?
I tell them.
And what happens?
You fight in front of
We
Jordan
fight.
again.
Yeah, we just- no, when you don't like partner, I mean, here's the thing. I don't think when you don't like some of your partners.
Are they rude to you?
Can I say, I think that if you're a reasonable person, if you don't like one of your partner's friends, you don't like them for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think your partner probably shouldn't be friends with them. I'm sorry, that's what I think. I think you think that too.
No, because
No.
I
I
don't
think
like
that
one
in
of your
practice.
friends. I don't even think you know who it is.
Who?
I'm not gonna say it on the
But
podcast.
whisper it to me and Lily.
No, because it's too much to explain.
Who?
But the reason is, but
is
they're not
it?
even close. You're not even that close.
So then they're not my friend. Who is
No.
it? Text me. Who is it?
Oh my God. Wait, whisper it to me.
Because I can't go through this conversation
Okay.
without knowing who it is.
Okay.
Who?
It's so stupid. You're gonna be like, that's not even my friend. No, I'm not gonna whisper it. Let me mouth it. I don't want the audio.
She's so bad at mouthing.
Who?
Write it on her computer and show us.
Who is it? She's typing. Who is that?
Who is that? Okay, so Kendahl wrote the name of a girl that Jordan doesn't know.
That's not someone I know, baby. Are you sure that's the right place?
She's
Oh wait, no.
She said blank in Chicago.
I don't have any friends. I only have a very small number of friends in Chicago. Okay, I'm familiar. Yes, I'm familiar. Okay, that's not a person I'm friends with. That is an acquaintance that I. But also, you don't dislike that
but
person.
this is what I was gonna say: is that you do not have any friends I hate. I would never have you, but there are people that I'm like, I would not be friends with them. You are friends with them. I would not go out of my way to be friends with this person, and they're kind of irritating to me. But
I don't think they're people I'm actually friends with. But I think everyone I'm actually friends with you like. And I think the people that your husband is friends with that you don't like, this is how Lily and I have all of our conversations.
Look at the
We're
fingers.
both pointing at each other.
Christ.
This is exactly how we have all of our conversations.
I need to take a picture of this.
I think your husband's friends that you don't like, you wish he wasn't friends with.
No.
Point.
I genuinely don't. I wish to not spend any of my time with them.
I see, okay.
Because I don't find them enjoyable, but I find that they give a lot to him. Like, for instance, like on his birthday, a guy like brought a thing for him that was like really like made him feel seen and known. And my husband is like bad at, like so many men, adult men are, like socializing one-on-one with friends once the group dynamic of like being just a pack of guys in your 20s disintegrates.
Yeah.
And men start to get really lonely and alienated and isolated. He's really bad at reaching out and hang out one-on-one and like having group hang. So like I think it's so fruitful and beneficial to him to have this, like a person he's been friends with for a long time. And I think like the things that people need and have like in their friendships like are different than what like somebody else needs. Everyone has their own individual like things that they need filled. And especially like if they have long-standing relationships, it's like, oh, your partner might have a weird uncle. A weird uncle is a bad example. Your partner might have an annoying mom, but that's still like their family. That's a part of their life.
Yes.
This person might have an annoying friend, but that's still their friend they've been friends with for a decade. That's a part of their life.
Yeah.
If their friend is
hear
like
you.
a criminal, I'd be like, well, what
What
crime?
if they're rude to you?
Well, this is more my thing.
Is it affecting you?
Yes, I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, I would not, for the most part, dislike one of Kendahl's friends for being annoying.
I don't like some of your friends.
I know.
And I'm your wife.
And you're my wife in
disliked
another
my
way.
friends before.
I have disliked one of your friend because I thought her behavior.
Marcelo from Chicago, a fake
Marcelo
person.
from Chicago.
A fake
and that's what it is.
person.
It's Marcelo from Chicago. I thought Marcelo from Chicago was not considerate of you, and you expressed many times that you didn't feel like they were kind to you.
Yeah.
And I also thought they were borderline emotionally abusive to their partner, which I thought was not great. I still never was like, don't be friends with them, don't whatever. But I feel like if there was someone that I really was like, even that person, I did not like
But
them. I was just
eventually was like, I don't want to be friends with this person.
Yeah.
Separate from you. So if I'd continued that, you would have we would have been friends, and you wouldn't have been like, you need to stop hanging out with her.
But once again, because I didn't dislike her. I was just like, she seems like she's not a very good friend to you. And once again, as you were saying, like, I wouldn't necessarily be friends with her, but I think you guys had a long-standing like relationship that did provide you with things, as Lily was saying, so I understood that.
Right.
But in terms of like you having a friend I don't like, I really feel like I would only dislike someone if I felt like they were disrespectful
But
to
I feel
me.
like what you're doing is you're putting things on a gradient of like a friend of hers annoying you versus like dislike. Dislike being like a strong condemnation of their character.
Yes.
Because you have friends that annoy me.
Sure, Lily.
No. No.
Because I'm like, I have friends that you think have been standoffish to you.
Yes, but I don't necessarily dislike them.
But you do feel like they've been, like, you don't want to personally spend time with them. But that's
different from
that doesn't
disliking.
mean, like, you think I shouldn't be friends with them.
But that's what I'm saying. To me, it's like, I think just because you're friends with someone that I don't connect with, or I don't love the way they behave, I'm not like, you shouldn't be friends with them. But if I actively disliked someone because they wronged me, and you continued to be very close with them, or you still wanted to be friends with them, I would take a little bit of umbrage with that. And I think both of you would as well.
You dated someone who's wronged me.
And I asked your permission and you said it was okay. So that...
Cut that?
I mean, you can keep it in.
Okay, keep it.
Keep it in. No, I did. I
Ooh.
dated someone a long time ago that Lily had issues with a long time before that. And I was like, it's been many years. Is this okay?
Oh,
and Lily was like, yes, it's okay. Yeah. And it was brief and it didn't end well. So I got my just desserts. But I feel like one time you heard that I talked to someone you had dated and you were like, no, don't do that.
Yes, wait, I feel like somebody asked a question that's like, what if your friends is...
Like, what if one of your friends wants to keep being friends with your ex?
Friends with your ex?
Yeah.
I'm like, it really depends on how good your relationship with your ex is. If I don't like them, like, I'm like...
Well, it's like you made your choice.
I'm sick of
is how
that
it
thing
feels.
of being like, where it's like, I don't want to take sides.
Yeah.
I'm like, pick a side.
Especially if one person is wrong.
We pick sides in breakups, I feel like.
Yeah.
As a couple.
If
I feel
someone's wrong.
Well, I think even if someone's not like horrible, I feel like when people break up, you and I usually are like, this person was in the right.
I'm like, that
And
person's my
we're on
enemy.
Yeah.
Pick a side.
But that's what I'm saying. So I feel the
Yeah.
same way. Like, if you had a friend that I felt like had wronged me or had been really rude to me or whatever, I'd be like, pick a side. Once again, that's a friend. That's not someone that I just think, oh, they're a little annoying or I wouldn't be as close to them as you. That would be someone where I was like,
Right.
you have actively been disrespectful
but
to
that's
me.
why
and why would my partner want to be friends with someone who'd been disrespectful to me?
We can never break up
some
because
people are cowardly about stuff like that because some people are like, I don't want to get involved. I didn't have to pick a side. I just want everyone to like me and get along.
Not my
And I'm like,
partner
that's
and not my
cowardly.
friends, though. Not my partner and not my
You
friends.
said you can't break up.
we
'cause
could
you
never
really
break
friends.
up because I don't know what you would even do. Because there obviously you'd pick Jordan.
She'd pick
because
me.
But
I'm
there's
Team
no
Kendahl.
world. But I think Lily, if we broke up, there's a good chance Lily's going to agree with me.
Sure.
And then she's still going to
It would have
to
you
be
know
Lily
what?
going, I'm on
Get
your
your
side.
hands
but I
off
have
the mic. Stop holding on to the mic.
Does this affect the sound quality? I'm sorry. I mean, how much do you need the sound from the sides? I just wanted people to hear it direct. I would really need to see a pros and cons list at the end to see, did you guys break up because someone did something bad?
Yes. Of course. I think that's totally normal. A lot of times
But
someone's
if
right and
Jordan
someone's wrong.
cheated on me, you still would have to be best friends with Jordan.
But I hear you, but she would tell me that I was wrong. She would be unhappy with me and she would say, I'm still going to be friends with Kendahl and you were wrong for that. But once again, I don't think if I cheated on you, I don't think I would have the right to say, don't speak to Kendahl. Pick me.
Also, as the daughter of a cheater and someone who, like, I feel like lately I've been talking to a lot of adults whose parents have been having affairs, not just cheating, like full-on affairs. I'm like, it is just, as people get to decades of their relationship, it just gets so complicated. I think it's a very black and white thing when you're young to be like, cheating, bad.
We've been together like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you cheat on your, like, high school boyfriend, like, why? There's no stakes there. Like, just break up. But it gets so complicated.
Yeah, when you've been together for like 30, 40 years, it's crazy.
Man, that's what Lily's going to tell me when you cheat on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, it gets complicated. I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you. If I walked in on you two,
What if
Jordan
you
cheating on
walked
with
in
you, I'd be fine.
I would not want to be friends with someone that had actually wronged or hurt one of you two. And I think that most people feel that same way.
Or hurt. I don't know. I just think it's so easy
To
with
wrong and
these
hurt.
toxic podcasts about relationships to make things so black and white. But it's just like a lot of times things are so much more ambiguous and gray about, like, what does it mean for someone to have, like, wronged
Because what hurts
me?
you could not be necessarily objectively bad.
You both know what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking to you like I talked to Lily. No.
No.
No. This is what I'm saying. I think that you guys know. You guys know what I'm talking about. There is like certain things where like someone has wronged you, and I think you're making it black and white because I'm saying it's not just if I found someone annoying or if I just didn't particularly like them. It would be like I would have to actively dislike them because they did something disrespectful.
Yeah, but
to
then
me,
I said cheating,
like,
and you guys
hurtful
were
to
like,
me.
"Hey, cheating happens when you're over 40."
Well, we love cheating,
Hey,
so it's
all my
different. Yeah.
friends' parents have
I
cheated.
think people are going to be so mad at me for saying that, but I'm
No,
like,
we've said
wait
stuff like
until
that.
your married parents have affairs and stay together. And
Yeah, I just think that I think that everything is nuanced.
But because when you're in high school, when you're in college, or when you've been with someone 3 years, most of what you have is like the sex and the romance.
Yeah.
But if you've been together for 30 years and you've raised a bunch of kids together, the sex and the romance is such a small part of what makes your partnership a partnership.
Yeah.
I think it's so
you've
wrong.
also lived so much of your life together. Like, by the time, like, a 16-year-old has only been alive 16 years, some people have been in relationships for 50 years.
Yeah.
Like,
And I also think now we're entering a time where people are starting to be more open about like, yeah, we've been together for a long time. So now we like open our relationship up a little bit or like whatever. And I think like previously that hasn't been as widely accepted. So I think cheating was more of a thing. But some people are together and never ever want to be with anyone else. And sometimes people are together and try different things out and it works or it doesn't work. It's just all very convoluted. That being said, neither one of you are allowed to be friends with anyone who's ever wronged me.
who's wronged you?
Yeah.
Not that many people. That's what I'm saying. It's a very reasonable request. But I'm not allowed to be friends with your ex.
who think everyone's wrong.
But that person
It's
is
not
wrong.
even you're not allowed to. You just wouldn't be. Like,
But if I
someone
tried to be-
annoying,
If I
I'd be
tried to
like-
be,
what?
she would give me an earful. There's no
I'd be
world in
like,
which you wouldn't.
huh?
She's acting better than
I'd
she
be like,
is.
oh?
No,
I-
I'd be
she,
like, go?
she would have
Go, 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 go. Huh?
I like because I don't dislike almost anyone. If I dislike someone, I do get very like, even like if I found out you were friends with like, or you even like hung out with someone that I really didn't like, I would be like, I think privately probably annoyed because
Yes.
I
But
dislike
do
so
you
many
really-
people.
yeah.
one
do you-
person, and you know.
And you know, and you would never.
You would never.
Yeah.
You would never. You would never.
Thank you all so much for being here, Lily. Thank you so much for being
Thank you
here.
for finally having me on.
This was an absolute delight.
You're
took you so
welcome.
long?
I love you so much.
gotta
You,
come
it was
back.
you. You took too long. But I'm so happy to have you here. I love you with my whole heart. And we love you all listening at home. Next week, we'll be back with our season finale. This is the penultimate episode. I think I'm using that correctly.
What's that mean?
Penultimate.
Hell yeah. And
You don't need to have such a long pause after the word pen.
penultimate. I like to add drama, and that's not your business. All right. Well, follow us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe.
Rate and
follow us
review.
on TikTok. Rate and review anywhere you get your podcast.
And Lily-
Join our Patreon.
Where can people find you?
Yeah, Lily, where can people find
At
you?
my house.
Lily.
Instagram at Lily_do.
Is that
think.
right?
No, that's not my username.
It's not.
Lily_D.
That's what I thought. All right. We will put it in the bio so you can find Lily, and make sure you go watch Dirty Laundry on
Yes.
Dropout, her
Please go
incredible
watch
show.
Dirty Laundry. The 5th season is out now. Watch all the episodes and stream them like a K-pop video. Just keep watching it.
Just keep watching. Kendall's done an episode. I've done 2 episodes. It's an incredible show. Go watch it, and we'll see you next week. Bye.